What's going on, everybody? My name is DJ Loczi. Hope you've enjoyed the other 3 lessons that I've done. We're now on lesson 4, and we're about halfway through this series of lessons. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of it, and we'll be able to take something back to your own studios, bedrooms, garages, wherever you're at, and put it into practical use. Take it into the clubs, concerts, weddings, whatever you're doing out live. This lesson specifically talks about the creative aspect of being a DJ. Okay, the way I look at DJing is that it's an artistic extension of yourself. Everyone has the same songs, or at least nowadays with the internet has access to pretty much all the same music. So what makes you different? What sets you aside from everybody else? What makes some DJ make $30,000 or $50,000 a night and some DJ play for free? Well, sometimes it's the creativity. And I would like to believe that it's the creativity that really separates those individuals that are at the forefront of the industry. Well, how do you put your creativity into your mixes? The best way to do that is to practice, okay? So what I'm gonna do in this specific lesson is talk about transitioning between one record to another record. I'm gonna use only these 2 records, and I'm gonna do, 5 or 6 different transitions, meaning different ways to go from one record to another record, but using creativity. There's loads of different ways to do it, and the idea is once you have all of these things in your arsenal, kind of in your tool belt or your pocket, if you will, and you go to your venue, at any time, you can pull it out of your pocket and use it, okay? But the idea is that if you don't practice these things, it's gonna be really difficult to do them live, okay? So basic idea of this is different ways of transitioning from record 1 to record 2. Record 1 is gonna be Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty by Nature. Record 2 is gonna be a remix of Can't Believe This by T-Pain and Lil Wayne with the Diddy beat underneath it, okay? So the first transition I'm gonna show you is using only your channel crossfaders or your channel faders on the Rane TTM57, and these control the volume of your records. So this would control the volume of this turntable, this would control the volume of this turntable. We're gonna leave the crossfader directly in the middle, and we're gonna utilize only these things to mix our records, okay? Let me show you how this works. So we've got this track playing. It's fun, everyone knows this song. It's lots of fun, it's great, everyone's having a good time. I'm gonna bring the volume up. We're about halfway through. Again, I'm only using the channel faders. Start to bring this one down. And we're into our new track. So again, real quick, let's do that. We've got our original record playing. We're gonna go ahead and mix our new record in. Just gonna bring my channel fader up and bring my other channel fader down. So now we've smoothly gone from one record to a new record. Okay, that's the first transition. Second transition is going to be using only my EQs. So on the Rane mixer, you've got your lows, which control your kick drums, all your basses. You've got your mids, which is going to be most of your vocals or your melodies, guitars, horns, piano. And you've got your highs, which are going to be like your hi-hats or your real pingy sounds. So we're going to utilize only the lows, the mids, and the highs, which are referred to as the EQ or the equalizer for each channel. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same records, the exact same mix, but we're only gonna utilize those things. So again, we're gonna be starting with Hip Hop Hooray from Naughty by Nature, and we're gonna use only the EQs to do our mixing. So I have my lows, mids, and highs down. I'm gonna start bringing them up and start bringing these down. Now look, I'm in my new record, and I don't have any volume coming off of the left turntable, and all of my EQs are completely at 0. Lows, mids, and highs are all the way down at 0. Now if I turn these up, you can hear the song. That doesn't sound good, right? So you basically want to make sure that whenever you're doing this, you want to use a mixer that, one, zeroes out when it goes all the way down to the left, Rane is great for that. Rane is actually one of the only companies that does this on a mixer. There's a couple other mixers that actually do this, but Rane is pretty much the top in the industry for doing this. That's why I love this mixer. The cool thing about this mix too is that you can do all kinds of different things. So you could have this playing, and using just EQ, leave the lows out, switch your lows, turn off your highs, and again, my channel fader is all the way up and I've only used my EQs, but I've got a really smooth transition to my new record. Okay, so that was the second mix that's using only the EQs. You can do this all day long, and this is actually one of my favorite ways to mix, and a lot of the times when you're just on the EQs, you don't have to worry about the channel faders as long as you turn everything down at the end of your mix. So again, there's loads of combinations, only lows, only mids, only highs, highs and mids, highs and lows, whatever it may be. You can, again, practice, figure out what works best for you. Okay, so now I've shown you 2 ways how to mix, and this is the third way. It's called a scratch fade. It's a really simple idea. I'm gonna explain it first. Just as you're about to mix out of the record, you wanna grab the record that you're gonna be getting rid of or mixing out of. You wanna put your hand on top of the record, and you're just gonna wanna move your hand back and forth and scratch. The sound that it makes is, so if the record's playing, and then you're just gonna bring the fader down, and the new song's gonna go on. Let me show you what it looks like. So we've got Hip Hop Array playing. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in my new record. Okay, let's do that one more time. Again, you saw I just grabbed a piece of the record, started scratching it, and brought the volume down. So that's just called a scratch fade, and there's loads of combinations for that. So here's the cool thing about this university. Turntable U has incredible scratch DJs. You can go to any of their tutorials and you can learn all different types of scratches. You can learn a baby scratch, a crab scratch, a flare scratch, loads of different types of scratches to figure out ways to utilize this transition. That's the cool thing about this university, is that it's not just about what I have to teach or what the other instructors have to teach, but kind of take information from everybody. You can learn something from everyone, okay? So utilize some of the other resources from the expert scratchers and kind of incorporate that into this idea, okay? So we've learned 3, we're on to the 4th transition right now. The 4th transition is gonna be the stop break. And the stop break is basically hitting the stop button. So right as you're about to mix out of the record, you just hit the stop button, it slows down, okay? So this is without the other record. I'm very quickly just gonna stop the record. Pretty simple, right? Okay? It's very, very useful at times when mixing in a club. You can actually use that sound that it makes if you listen. Hear that? That's actually a really cool effect. And on a big sound system, it sounds really great, okay? So let's see what that actually sounds like when we're doing our mixing. Again, we've got the record playing. We're gonna mix our new record in. Both records playing at the same time. I'm gonna use the stop button. Record's not moving, you've got no volume here. You always wanna kind of try to pull your volume down after you do that. And when you do that, that avoids, if you were to move the record, you're not gonna hear any of that. So I always try to pull the volume down after, okay? Let's show you one more time. Okay, so now I've got both records playing. Do a combination, turn the lows off. Stopped, turn the volume down. So now I've got the lows down, the volume's down, and the record's stopped, okay? So Now I've gone through 4 transitions. Let's do the 5th one. Okay, the 5th transition is going to be the backspin. The backspin is pretty classic. It's actually one of the first things I heard DJs on the radio do when they were mixing back in the days. And basically what it consists of is putting your hand on the record and spinning it backwards. Okay, so if the record's playing, hand on the record, spin it backwards. Now, the one thing that's key about this is that when you spin it backwards, you want to bring your volume down. If you don't bring your volume down, watch what will happen to the record. It just starts playing again, okay? You don't want that playing because you've transitioned to your new record, okay? So the other thing about this too is that you want to kind of time it out a little bit. If your backspin is going to last maybe a little bit of time, then you're going to want to accommodate for that time before the new record starts, okay? There's also a couple different types of backspins. One is just this, okay? The other one is you can start it slow and then go faster and faster and faster, and as you're going faster, you bring your volume down, okay? I'm just going to show you the one where you put your hand on the record and pull it backwards, okay? So let's get the record playing. Got our new record coming in. Now we've got bold records playing. Lows down. And we're into our new record. Okay, let's try that one more time. Okay. And we're into our new record. Okay, so I've showed you 5 different transitions on how to get from one record to another. Why did I show you this? I showed you this because DJing is an artistic extension of yourself. If you lose the individuality when you're playing records, then there's no real point of being up here, okay? So it's real important that you don't lose touch with who you are or your creative side, because that's what this is about. It's an art form. It's not formulaic. It's not black and white. It's not this is how you do it, okay? It's what you want to do. And again, take any version of what I taught you, mix them together, try it out, practice it, okay? And again, if you're in the club or you're in your room or your studio or wherever you're at and you want to practice or try something new, do it. That's the greatest thing about this, okay? Is that you can actually just let it be whatever you want it to be. And when you do that and you start creating signature mixes or signature sounds or signature ways of transitioning, then you'll truly start becoming your own DJ. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. TurntableU.com. My name is DJ Loczi. This was lesson 4. Got a few more lessons in this lovely little situation that we're doing here. And make sure you log into the other instructors to find out what they're teaching and how that can incorporate into these lessons as well. Thanks a lot.